What's poppin', peeps? It's your boy Am for CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with the daily readings. The first sign I see is the first sign I read. Let's get it poppin', baby, and see what we got going on for all 12 of my motherfucking zodiac signs in love. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Links in the description box down below for my Instagram, my Twitter, or my TikTok. If y'all want to drop a follow, I would greatly appreciate that. Shout out to the notification gang. I would love to see my notification gang pull on through. As always, the first sign I see is the first sign I read, and the first sign I saw for today was Leo. So let's go ahead and get it poppin'. But hello, everybody. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Now, before we get on into it, everybody, just want to mention a couple things real quick. Of course, if you're interested, if you're interested in personal services, products, and so much more, check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. It'll be linked down in the description below, okay? But I do want to mention before we get into Leo, yesterday I wasn't here. I did let you guys know ahead of time. I actually almost didn't go live today. So thank you guys, by the way, for those of you tuning in. I know it's a lot later than usual. It's almost like an hour and 45 minutes later than usual. Unfortunately, my neighbors, they're getting like tons of crazy intense construction done. So with that being said, it's so loud to the point where I can't even speak over it. So with that being said, I'm glad that I think it's finally over for the day, so I can, sit on here and do what I got to do. But yeah, it was rough. It was bad. I was like, yeah, I don't think I can even record a video in these kinds of conditions. So I'm happy to be here nonetheless. Thank you guys for tuning in. And let's see what we got going on. Starting out here with the Lion Gang. What's going on here for Team Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on? Messages here for Team Leo, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours? Zia, yes, private readings are still available on my website. They have not sold out yet, guys, for the week, but if you're interested, get them as quick as you can before they do. All right, what do we got showing up here for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Leo, one more shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on here for you, baby. Hopefully all is well. What do we got showing up here for the Leo gang? Overall energy here for you is going to be the Chariot. Hello. You could be connecting here with the Cancer for a few of you. Taking a look here at your current energy, we got here the Queen of Wands. Looking at what you're dealing with, Leo, we have here the Justice. And then looking at the outcome here for you is going to be the Nine of Wands. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about it and see what we got going on here for you. So, Leo, we start out your next 24 hours with the Chariot here all the way to the Queen of Wands. I feel like you're getting your confidence back in a certain situation, especially moving forward into the future. You're feeling more confident about something, and I think that if we're referring it to anything, it would be about you're feeling more confident about your future. That's kind of the way that it feels coming out here so far. I think because something's been settled, having a look at what you're dealing with here, you do have here the Justice card. Justice card could represent some sort of settlement. Now, it could represent for some Leos a legal settlement, or a legal settlement. So if there's been anything that you've been dealing with in terms of like a legal situation, I feel like that's getting settled and you're much more so looking towards a brighter future. But even if it's not about a legal settlement, where most of the Leos that are watching this probably aren't dealing with that kind of situation, I just feel like it's good to have clarity. With the Justice card showing up here for you, it's like the sense of balance, the sense of clarity, the sense of like, I know what direction I'm going forward. So you're happy here to know, and you're happy here to have a clear sense of direction is what I see here for many of you. Because looking at the outcome, right, you do have here the Nine of Wands. There's a part of you here that still feels a little stuck. There's a part of you here that still feels a little concerned maybe about whatever's going on, but I do feel like genuinely with the Justice showing up for what it is you're dealing with, something here is being settled moving into your next 24 hours. So if you've been having any sort of uncertainty of your future, I feel like that clarity is definitely coming in here for Leos moving into your next 24 hours. Of course, do take it if it resonates, how it resonates to you, but whether it's something along the lines of legality, something along the lines of your personal future, it could even potentially be for a few of you like your relationship, right? Wondering where your relationship here is going in reference to your future as well. So I feel like if you've been looking for answers, you're getting the answers, okay? That's basically the best way I could put it. So of course, Leo, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but I can have like a million different examples here too, but I don't want to overcomplicate it too much, all right? But all right though, Leo, do take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but thank you guys for tuning in nonetheless, okay? So we started out here today with our fire sign. So fire was up first here today. We're going to do fire, water, air, earth, jumping into the water. Let's have a look here at the Scorpio and see what we got going on. What's going to be showing up here for Scorpio, baby? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information do we got rolling on in here, please, for the zodiac sign of Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on? All right, Team Scorpio, let's get ourselves this last and final shuffle, and then we'll take a look at you and see what we got. Hopefully all is well. Having a look here at the overall energy for you, we have here the Knight of Swords in reverse. You could be connecting here possibly with an air sign like a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Having a look at your current energy, we got here the Four of Cups. Looking at what you're dealing with, we do have here the King of Wands in reverse, and then looking at the outcome here for you, Scorpio, we have here the Three of Wands. Okay, so let's take a look here at your next 24. So we start out here first with the Knight of Swords in reverse, paired here with the Four of Cups. So there's definitely no communication happening right now, no contact happening between you and somebody else. I definitely feel like you're just not interested in being around somebody. I mean, having a look at what you're dealing with here, King of Wands reversed, they're not even really what interests you anymore. I definitely feel like, Scorpio, if this is a person, it could be a person, place, or thing. It doesn't have to specifically be an individual in your life. Maybe this is a job that no longer interests you. That could be the vibe showing up here as well. But I do feel here for many of you, looking at the outcome, Three of Wands, you know, you're kind of like waiting for something new to arrive. You're waiting for something to manifest, you know, bigger and better than your current circumstance. So there's something in your life that you don't want to take action for anymore, or take action towards, or there's this person here you don't want to communicate with anymore showing up here as well. So Scorpio, something here is no longer keeping your interest. King of Wands reversed. You're not interested. You don't want to go forward with it. You want to seek out your options and see what else is out there. It's kind of like, yeah, I'll wait for something new to come in when something new comes in. So like I always recommend, by the way, guys, don't be the Three of Wands. Don't wait for something new to come in. Take action for something new to come in. Even if you don't necessarily know what it is that you want, don't just simply sit around and wait, experience, and try new things. That would be my advice with the Three of Wands. But overall, I kind of get the gist and I get where you guys are coming from. You know, if something here is no longer within your lines of interest and you don't wish to pursue it, or if there's a person here that you're no longer interested in that you don't want to talk to anymore, of course you don't have to do whatever it is you're not connected to. So Scorps, if you're ready here to move into to move on to a different person, move into a different energy, by all means feel free to do so. I would just say though, avoid waiting. Don't do the Three of Wands. Always stay in motion. When you're in motion, when you're taking action, that's where you're going to be attracting new experiences. So just be open to new experiences, try new things out, talk to new people, try a new job, try new situations, right? Just don't stay stuck, because the more stagnant you are, then you're not creating opportunity for anything. That would be my overall advice. Okay, all right, the Scorpio, let's keep it popping, pushing and moving forward. All right, so we finished up our water, we did our fire in the beginning, hopping on in now into our air sign. Let's have a look here at the birthday peeps and see what's going on here for Team Aquarius. What's going on here, baby? Messages here for the Aqua. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be rolling on in here, please, for the zodiac sign of Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Aqua, we're going to get ourselves this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's going on here, baby. Hopefully all is well. By the way, Team Aquarius, happy birthday to you, and happy Aquarius season. Hope it's been going fantastic here for you so far. Now, having a look here at your overall energy, good news, we got here a Nine of Swords, but it's in the reverse, so some sort of relief is coming in here for Aquarians. Having a look at your current energy, Two of Wands, what it is you're dealing with. We got here the Ace of Wands in reverse, and then the outcome here for you is going to go ahead and be the Eight of Wands, or sorry, the Eight of Swords in the reverse position. So Aquarius, some relief coming in here for you moving into your next 24 hours. You're not too concerned about a situation any longer is what I'm seeing, right? So Nine of Swords reverse, Two of Wands in the upright. You're choosing a different path. You're recognizing there was always a choice, there was always an option. What I was doing that was putting me in a place of fear, what I was doing that was freaking me out or bringing me anxiety was a choice. Like I didn't have to continue to do something, right? I could have chose a different path, and you're recognizing that, and you are choosing a different path here moving into your next 24. You know, having a look at what it is you're dealing with. Ace of Wands reversed. Ace of Wands reversed here represents that, you know, you kind of no longer have interest in pursuing a certain kind of future or a certain kind of path. That's why your path here is definitely changing. And I mean, looking at the outcome here, Eight of Swords reversed, this new path that you're putting yourself upon, it's like, I don't know, I feel comfortable. I don't feel worried anymore. I don't feel like I'm stuck. I'm in this position to where I'm pretty content with where I'm deciding to go forward. So for example, let's say this Nine of Swords, when it was originally in the upright position, let's say you were invested in a relationship. Maybe you were invested in a relationship with somebody who constantly made you feel really unhappy. You could have been dealing with a toxic partnership. And then you're realizing, well, you know what? I've always had the choice on whether or not to be in this toxic partnership. And even though I've given this person tons of chances, I can choose to walk out of it. So if that's the case, you know, your next 24 hours would be, well, I'm walking out of this toxic partnership because I have the choice to do so. And honestly, as soon as you do that, you feel instantly relieved. You know, same thing applies here with a job. Maybe there was a job in your life, Aquarius, that was starting to become too much of a burden to you. Maybe it was stressing you out, making you incredibly anxious. And you're like, you know what? It's time to go ahead and seek out other options in my career because at the end of the day, this isn't worth it for me anymore. So I see many of you here leaving behind something that was just definitely not putting you in a good position. And it feels good here because you're acknowledging I've always had the choice. And even though now I have this choice to walk away, I'm going to take that choice. And it feels so much better. It's like I feel incredibly relieved. It's like I can rest assured, I can rest easy now, and I can breathe easy now here as well. So love that in terms of relief here for you, Aquarius. And definitely in regards to where you're going in your future, I feel like it's going to be quite wonderful here for you. All right, Aqua, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you guys, though, for tuning in nonetheless. Take it if it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. So we did our air, we did our water and fire, hopping on into our earth sign now. We're going to go ahead and have a look here at the lovely and amazing Virgo gang. Let's see what's happening, baby. Messages here for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. In the next 24 hours, what information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Virgo, let's get ourselves one more shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on. Hopefully, all is well. What's showing up here for the Virgo gang? Virgo, overall energy here for you is going to be the King of Cups. So you could be connecting here possibly with a water sign like a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Having a look at your current energy, we got here the Queen of Pentacles, looking at what it is you're dealing with. We have here the Magician in reverse, and then looking at the outcome here for you is going to be the Eight of Wands. So Virgos, for your next 24 hours, like I mentioned previously, right, we start here with the King of Cups all the way to the Queen of Pentacles. So I definitely feel like not only are you in a position where you are protecting yourself emotionally, but I do feel like you're starting to take your own desires and needs into consideration here. It definitely feels to me like you're focusing up on you and what you got to take care of at this time, because looking at what you're dealing with, Magician in reverse, it's like I show up for everybody that I love and care about, but where is all these people, or where are all these people when I need them? Why aren't they showing up for me? So it's this realization that you've been, taking care of a lot. Whether it was individuals in your life or things and favors that people needed from you, it's like you never turned away people when they needed you. You never turned away a person in need. And it felt like that wasn't fully reciprocated. And I think you've been recognizing that pattern happening lately in your life, where it's like, yeah, it hasn't really been fully reciprocated from the people that I'm dealing with. And I'm kind of tired of it, like I'm tired of being the one to go balls to the wall for people that I love, but it's not showing up in return. So looking at the outcome here being the Eight of Wands, it's like, all right, something here has to change. And what's going to be changing is you're going to be focusing on you and your desires and your wants and your needs, and you're going to make sure you're well taken care of. Remember, guys, you can't pour from an empty cup. Inevitably, even if your cup is half full, the more you keep pouring, it's going to become empty inevitably. And when it does, what's left over for you? Right? So I definitely see Virgos moving into the next 24, kind of deciding to say, hey, it's time to switch up. I've been doing a lot and I've been doing the most for those that I love, but right now I have things in my life I know I need to take care of. And if I come off a little selfish, so be it. And if other people can't respect that, then I don't know where they're coming from, because at the end of the day, if I was always there to help them, then, in a way, if they're not helping me back, isn't that kind of selfish on their part too? Right? So I don't really feel like you expect people to understand either, because it's kind of like I don't care if you understand or not. If I come off selfish, so be it. This is my time right now to make sure that I'm taking care of me. Okay? And I don't blame you, Virgo. Abso-friggin-lutely, man. All right, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up our first batch of zodiac signs for today's daily reading here. By the way, guys, how are you? Thank you all so much for the 132 peeps in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. If you can drop a like, that'd be absolutely awesome. Appreciate you guys coming out, and I love spending time with you guys each and every single day. So thank you so much for being here. And how's your day going? I hope it's been going well. I can't believe, by the way, that it's Wednesday already. I feel like we just started the week, and the fact that it's already midweek is nuts. This week is flying by, everybody. Truly flying by. That resonates? Yeah, I see a lot of Virgos saying it resonates. Yeah, guys, listen, I've been there so many times, right? Like being a Cancer, you know, I've always been a very, very giving person, and I had to learn to enforce boundaries and make sure that I was giving back to myself, because I was that person. I would overextend my energy to the fullest. I would give and give and give and give to everyone I loved and cared about, even people that weren't even really deserving of the energy and attention that I had. And like, I would give and give and give. And then I realized, holy shit, I'm left with nothing. And that's not benefiting me. And I had to learn in my journey and my path of self-love that setting boundaries is so fucking important, because if I didn't set those boundaries, if I didn't fill my own cup first, and if I continue to pour if I continue to pour essentially from an empty cup, my life would not have been in as great of a direction as it is right now, you know, and I definitely wouldn't have been happy, right? By the way, BB, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. BB Diaz, thank you for the 10. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hopefully I said everything correctly. Sometimes I'm really bad with names, but thank you so much for the 10 bucks. Really, really appreciate that. But all right, guys, don't worry. We're going to continue with the reads in a sec. I've just had a pretty long and hectic day, so bear with me, guys. I'm going to take it a little bit slower. See, absolutely, Julianne. It is time to give back to the self. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. Thank you, Anthony. You're the best. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Seriously. Means more than you know. Thank you. All right, so we finished up our first batch of signs, hopping back on into the fire, baby. Let's have a look here at the Aries gang. Let's see what's going on here for the Ram fam. Messages here for Team Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Aries, let's go ahead and get ourselves this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up. Hopefully all is well. What do we got going on here for the Ram fam? If I can grab these cards, thank you. Overall energy here for you, Aries, is going to be the 7 of Wands in reverse. So you could be connecting here with a fire sign, Aries, Sag, or Leo, having a look at your current energy. We got here the Justice, looking at what you're dealing with. We have here the 8 of Cups, and then looking at the outcome here for you is going to be the 2 of Cups in the upright position. Okay. So far, so good. So Aries, for your next 24, let's talk about it. Let's see. I definitely feel like you're opening up a little bit more here, moving into your next 24 hours. You know, you got here the 7 of Wands reversed, which means, you know, 7 of Wands upright, right? Let's talk about that. That is a card that talks about restrictions. So this could be pushing people away, blocking people, but your card came out in the reverse here. So I definitely feel here for many Aries, you're opening up here at this moment in time, right? Having a look at what you're dealing with, being the Justice card, you feel more balanced, but it also kind of represents this certain level of comfort. So I feel like you feel more comfortable right now with somebody that you're dealing with. You know, having a look at what it is you're dealing with the 8 of Cups, meaning you're walking away from something. What are you walking away from, Aries? You're walking away from the energy of restriction. I feel like this is about becoming more open and vulnerable. And I've been seeing this, by the way, Aries, for the past couple months. Like, I've definitely seen a lot more Aries becoming a lot more open and vulnerable. It's showed up quite a few times in the daily readings that we've had within the past month and a half. And, I think it's a fucking great thing, you know, to put it out there. I think that being open and vulnerable is what really allows a deep bond to form between you and somebody else. And I mean, that's the proof in the pudding, right? Looking at the outcome here being the 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups here represents, you know, a bond between two people that love each other and that are incredibly happy. And it's a deep, deep bond. So I feel like if you have had any sort of restrictions that you've dealt with in the past, maybe it was trust issues. Maybe you had that, you know, situation where it was hard for you to trust people. Maybe you've been jaded before. At the end of the day, though, I feel like you're finally moving past that. Like any kind of issue that's made you become a very restrictive person or a very untrusting towards other individuals type of person, any restriction like that, it's finally being cleared because you have found someone to be incredibly comfortable with. Or you have found a situation to be incredibly comfortable with as well. So I love that for you. And I love seeing Aries in their comfort zone and just being in a good overall situation. So it looks good to me here, honestly. And even if this isn't a romantic person and it's a friend, it's nice to have somebody in life that you can be open with and you can feel comfortable with. And you don't have to feel like you have to shut out all of who you are. And you don't feel like you have to shut out the entire world, right? So definitely looks good here to me. Okay. All right, Aries, let's keep it popping, pushing and moving forward. By the way, Julianne Lee, thank you for the $9.99. I appreciate that. You said grateful for you, and well, grateful for you as well. Thank you so much for your donation. Really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Okay. All right, guys. So Ram fam, Appreciate you tuning in. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But we finished up our fire, jumping on into the water, baby. Let's have a look here at the Cancer gang. What's going on here for Team Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be rolling on in here, please, for the zodiac sign of Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Cancerian, let's get this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on here for the Crab Gang. Hopefully, the Crabs are doing well. Overall energy for Cancer is going to be a Two of Wands in reverse. Having a look here at your current energy, we have here the Hermit. What it is you're dealing with, we got the Seven of Wands in reverse, and then the outcome, Cancer, is going to be the Eight of Swords. Oh, what are we overthinking about, Cancer? All right, for your next 24 hours, Two of Wands reversed. This can be, Cancer, I love you, but I'm a Cancer myself, so I'm going to say it. This could be a little bit of stubborn energy, and as a Cancer myself, not only just a sun, but I'm a Cancer rising too, we can sometimes be a little bit stubborn. So I do feel a little bit of stubborn energy because I feel like you're not getting out of a certain mindset. It's like, this is how something is, and you're not having any other options, or you're not allowing yourself to look at a situation any differently. So for your next 24 hours, I kind of feel like you're not looking at something differently. You have a very set in stone way of how you're perceiving and viewing a situation, and looking at, your current energy here being the Hermit, like this view that you're having, I feel has been incredibly isolating for you. And I think that, what it is you're dealing with right now, Seven of Wands in reverse, it's like people have tried to kind of be there to steer you and guide you and like let you maybe see a different kind of point of view, but I feel like you've been very stuck on one point of view only. And I mean, looking at the outcome here, Cancer, being the Eight of Swords is not only the energy of overthinking, but it's the energy here of just feeling very clouded by a lot that's happening in your life. So I feel like people are trying to like say, hey, Cancer, you can get out of a situation in your life right now. And you're like, no, this is how it is. This is what it is. And it's going to be this way. And people are like, no, Cancer, you can have a better opportunity. And you're like, no, I can't, and I've been there many times as a Cancer, right? Because people would tell me like, oh, you could be happy. And especially when I was fucking depressed, right? I used to hate people. I used to fucking hate people that used to tell me like, yeah, you can be happy in life. Like you can really have it all. Like when I was a very depressed person for many years, I'd be like, fuck you, dude. Stop talking out your ass and stop blowing smoke up my ass too. And it took me a while to realize that all that shit they were saying was right. But I had to take my own accountability to make a change. I had to open up my mindset to different types of ways of perceiving things. I would be stuck and unhappy and I would say that's what it is. And I would believe that it couldn't be changed. But when I started opening up my mindset and I started to open up to the fact that there could be different things that I could do and better paths that I could do to make my life better, that's when my life started to change. So I know this isn't going to resonate to every Cancer, and I don't mean to offend any Cancer, by the way, that's watching. If if being stubborn offends you, I'm sorry. If that's me saying that offends you, my apologies. But it's the energy that's showing up in the cards, and take it from a person who is a very stubborn person, especially a lot more frequently in my past. I learned that if I keep my mind only on one perception and one perception only, and if I don't look at things differently, you're always going to be in the same place. So for any Cancers right now that are struggling and they're like, yeah, like my life sucks and it's always going to suck. Your life is always going to suck until you open up to the fact of that being any different. It sucks, but it's the harsh truth and harsh reality. If you believe your life sucks and it's only going to suck, it's going to continue to suck. But if you allow yourself to say, you know what? There are different things I can do to make myself happy. There are other ways to get out of this energy. There are different paths I can be a part of. If you can open yourself up to that idea that you can be happy and you can take these different paths, you'd see an entirely different situation and an entirely different outcome. So listen, I'm not here to cut your ass. I'm not here to make you feel some type of way. I'm just here to tell you, whatever situation you're stuck in, it can be changed and it can be improved. But you got to be willing to open up yourself to that first, okay? For the Cancer that resonates with this. I know not every Cancer will, all right? All right, Cancers, much love to you. Hopefully the message was beneficial, but thank you guys, though, for tuning in nonetheless. Really, really appreciate it, okay? And by the way, KZN First Daughter, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you for your love and your support. So we finished up our water. We did our fire, going on into the air signs now. We're going to have a look here at the Libra, baby. Let's see what we got going on. Messages here for Team Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be rolling on in here, please, for the zodiac sign of Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Libra, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's going on here, baby. Hopefully all is well. Libra, overall energy here for you is going to be the Ten of Swords in reverse. So you could be connecting here possibly with an air sign for some of you. Having a look at your current energy, we got the Queen of Swords. What you're dealing with, we got here the Three of Wands, and then the outcome here for you, King of Wands in the upright. Okay, I definitely feel a situation here where you're trying to end something and someone else isn't. Someone here is trying to save the connection, you're trying to end the connection. So there's definitely a one-sided situation going on here. There is not a plane of resonance showing up at this moment in time. So I do feel here for you, we got here Ten of Swords reverse, Queen of Swords in the upright. The overall energy is somebody doesn't want what you have with this person to end. But you over here are willing to detach, you're ready to detach. You know, person you're dealing with here, Three of Wands, they're like really hoping and waiting that everything can get resolved and fixed. But to be honest with you, Libra, looking at the outcome, King of Wands, your interests, they're lying elsewhere at this moment in time. So I feel for Libra, moving into the next 24, you're in a different place, and so is somebody else. Somebody wants to stay with you, and they want to stay on the same path. You want to change paths because your interest overall has changed at this moment in time. So it's a little rough. I don't know, though, if this person's like not letting you go, though, because I don't feel like that's 100% coming from the cards. So let me take a look here for you, Libra, real fast. Is this person going to let go, Libra, or are they holding on? Ace of Cups in reverse. They can understand that the feelings here are no longer present. Knight of Swords reverse. They can understand that you're not interested in taking action, but Four of Pentacles, yeah, they're still holding on to you. So they understand the fact that you're in the process of moving on, but they're having a very difficult time letting go. Are they still holding on to hope, though, for like a reconciliation, or are they understanding that it's over? King of Swords, I feel like they're pretty what's the word that I'm looking for here? Not resistant and not reliable either. It's they're resilient here, I feel, in their hopes that one day the two of you will be back together, Libra. But right now I don't see that being the outcome, because you're pretty much on that own path where your interests do lie elsewhere. So you might be trying to get somebody to understand, like, hey, like, I do mean that I'm moving on and I'm not looking back. Like, I feel like you're trying to get that point across to them. But at the end of the day, Libra, like, that's going to have to be something they got to learn on their own. You know, you can only say so much. You can only do so much. And it's going to take them some time to accept it, because, you know, this is somebody who loves and cares for you. And at the end of the day, you can do what you can do, but it's really going to be up to them to kind of say, oh, okay, you know what, Libra was right. Libra meant what they said, and it's time for me to move on as well. So I feel like the situation here is you're moving on. Somebody else is still holding on in hopes that you'll be together again. And it's kind of like, listen, say everything you need to say, let them know what your intentions are, and it's up to them from there on what they do with their life and what they do with, you know, their hopes and dreams and things of that nature, okay? All right, though, Team Libra, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Do take it if it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. All right, so we did the air, the water, the fire, hopping on into the earth sign now. Let's have a look here at the bull gang. What's going on here for Team Taurus, baby? Messages here for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, my beautiful bull gang peeps, let's go ahead and get one more shuffle in here for you, and then we'll see what we got going on. Hopefully all is well. Taurus, overall energy here for you is going to be the Nine of Wands. So you could be connecting here possibly with a fire sign like an Aries, Sag, or Leo. Having a look at your current energy, we do have here the Two of Wands in reverse, what you're dealing with, Taurus. Queen of Swords reversed, outcome for you, King of Swords in the reverse position. Okay, bull gang. So for Team Taurus's next 24 hours, Nine of Wands upright, Two of Wands in the reverse. Nine of Wands typically represents keeping something to yourself. So like you're not opening up at this moment in time, you're keeping a situation to yourself. Two of Wands reversed means that you're not really taking action. You're kind of choosing not to do anything. So I feel like right now you're just keeping something quiet is what it looks like to me ultimately, right? Looking at what you're dealing with, Queen of Swords reversed, I feel like what you're keeping quiet is like you're quietly detaching from somebody, slowly but surely. You're not being open about it. You're not telling them, hey, I'm detaching from you. But as time's progressing, you're becoming a little bit more and more distant, and I feel like it's going to get to that point where it's like you know, eventually you get so distant to the point where it's like, okay, no longer is there anything here. You know, I feel like you wouldn't be opposed to answering the question if somebody asked you, like, let's say, for example, you're distancing yourself from this person, right, Taurus? You know, if this person reached out to you and said, hey, like, are you distancing yourself from me? I don't think you'd be opposed to telling them the truth, but I also feel like you're in a space right now where you're not really 100% telling them anyways, because it's kind of like seeming pretty mutual here. Like, not only do you feel it, but I think they feel it too. So interestingly enough, Taurus, for your next 24 hours, I think you're acknowledging you're distancing from somebody. Like, you're phasing out and they're phasing out with you too. And it's like, it is what it is. Like, I just don't really feel like trying to maintain something in my life anymore because it just doesn't feel like a true connection for you. So I feel like you're starting to phase out from somebody. I also do feel though like the feeling is mutual. And I also feel like if you were approached here, Taurus, you wouldn't lie. You'd be like, well, yeah, like we're growing distant and I'm kind of okay with it. I think you would tell the truth. But as of right now, it's kind of like silently, slowly, but surely, you're phasing out of a connection, and vice versa, it's happening here too. So of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But at the end of the day, you know, things like this happen in life. Not every connection or every relationship that's a part of our lives is meant to be there forever to the end. And, you know, it's okay. Like, sometimes you just drift apart from people. And, you know, I think you acknowledge that there's drifting happening. And I think it's probably more on a mutual level, even if you don't know that right now. Okay. All right, though, Taurus, of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But thank you guys for tuning in nonetheless. I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, you know, with that outcome showing up here for you, King of Swords reverse, it's like you're not openly talking about it at this moment in time, but I think it's kind of like silently but mutually agreed upon, or at least it will be moving into the near future. Okay? All right, Taurus. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But Bull Gang, thank you guys for tuning in nonetheless. Now, real quick, guys, we're going to move on to the last 4 signs in just a second. Let me just get a sip real quick of my drink, and let me just chillax for a minute or two, and then I'll get on into the rest of the readings. But happy hump day, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hope your day's going well. Let me know how your day's going. I would really love to hear about it. Man, I love strawberry size, by the way. Shout out to Starbucks for literally fueling my life on a daily basis. But strawberry size, fucking fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And by the way, just looking at some comments, Rini B was saying, I'm a Cancer. I love change, but I do like the path to be quality, so not always ready to take a path that isn't quality. Understandably so. I prefer quality over quantity. At the end of the day, it's always important to make sure if you're opening yourself up to a path, it's a path that's going to be abundant. It's going to be a path that's good for you. But always remember, though, if there's an improvement from where you're at, I wouldn't be afraid to jump into that. Just saying, even if it's not amazing, if something's better than where you're at now, always go to the better path, because eventually it's going to get to the most amazing path ever. You just got to keep going and going and going. You know, Eclipse Chaser says it was pizza day today at work. Nice. I love that for you. Yeah. What's up with Wednesdays being pizza days? Normally Fridays are pizza days. I'm pretty sure at like Planet Fitness, I think, a gym, I'm pretty sure they do pizza Wednesdays instead of like pizza. I always eat pizza on Friday. I grew up that way. Maybe it's because, you know, for Catholic people, like my family's Catholic, you don't eat meat on Friday during that certain time. But yeah, maybe that's why Friday's always a pizza day for me. But yeah, that's interesting. I've always noticed like Wednesdays seem to be pizza days for like a lot of like school parties when you were young, at the gym apparently, right? Because they do that at Planet Fitness, at job and work and stuff like that. It's interesting. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Allison Scott. I'm sorry to hear that. It'll be okay though, my love. You know, at the end of the day, whatever isn't meant to be won't be, but whatever is meant to be will be. Keep that in your head, okay? For sure, for sure. But yeah, man, it's really interesting about that. But regardless though, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And let's get on in with the final 4 signs and see what we got going on. So we started out with fire. We're going to go ahead and do our last fire sign here now, which is going to be Sagittarius. And we'll see what we got going on. What do we got showing up here for Saggy? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. Zia says pizza is for every day. Literally, dude, I could eat pizza every day, I think. It wouldn't be good for me. It's a lot of carbs, but I could definitely pound down some pizza every day and not get bored or tired of it. That's like my food that I can never get bored of or tired of is pizza. All right, what do we got going on here for Sagittarian, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours? All right, Team Sagittarius, one more shuffle here. And we'll see what's up. Hopefully all is well. Sagittarius, overall energy here for you is going to be the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. You could be connecting here possibly with a Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Having a look here at your current energy. We do have here the World in reverse, excuse me. Taking a look here at what it is you're dealing with. We have here the Five of Cups in reverse. And then looking at the outcome here for you, we have the King of Cups in the reverse position. Okay. Taking a look here into your next 24 hours. I kind of feel here, Sagittarian, Nine of Pentacles reverse, World reverse. It's like you're still invested in some sort of cycle. So the cycle isn't over yet. There's definitely a little bit of attachment showing up here for you. But, you know, moving into your next 24 hours, I think you're recognizing, like, I don't want there to be attachment, though. Like, let's say, for example, the cycle we're talking about, Sag, is a relationship. And maybe there was a breakup that happened and you still care about the person. And you're like, I don't want to care about the person, but I can't help for the fact that I do. And if that's the case here for you right now, you're like, I just want to move on. I just want to let go. And I feel like the way you're going about it in the next 24 hours with the outcome here being King of Cups reversed, it's kind of like you're numbing yourself a little bit is what it feels like. Moving into your next 24. So you're kind of like numbing yourself here, Sagittarius, because it's like, hey, I want to let go of something, but because I feel like I can't, then I might as well try turning off my emotions in hopes that that's going to help me move on. But let me tell you something. We can turn off our emotions, but emotions come back on. And they always come back on when it's not the most optimal time. It'll come back on when there's already tons of intense shit going on in our life. And then boom, everything hits you at once and you're like, fuck, this is intense. So at the end of the day, right, you always have the right to do what you want to do, but, you know, as painful as it is going through any situation that's ending, especially a situation you still care about, you know, it's always best to kind of accept the situation for what it is and accept the situation that happened rather than to kind of push or shut off or turn off emotionally, because you're not healing that pain by turning off your emotions. You're temporarily numbing it. And as time progresses, eventually those emotions are going to reawake within you because you can't be numb forever. You know, I know that there's a lot of people sometimes that are like, well, I want to be comfortably numb. It's okay if you want to take a break from your feelings and emotions for a little bit and distract yourself, that's fine. But if you get into a point where you are pushing away your feelings for an exponential amount of time, inevitably they're going to come back up and resurface. And when they do, it's going to hit a lot harder than it even hits right now. So my advice here for Sagittarians is that if this is the way you're going about a situation, I would recommend true healing. And how does true healing begin? It begins with feeling. I know that you don't want to feel. I know that. But it begins with feeling. And as days and time progresses, it truly does get better and it truly does get easier. So Sagittarian, there's my recommendation, but then here's your freedom to do what you want to, right? I kind of give you the gist of the outcomes of both, because if you do tap in and feel, you need to feel to heal. It'll get easier as time goes on, but it's not an easy journey. But if you do kind of numb out what you're feeling right now, just know it'll eventually resurface. And when it does, it's not going to be an awesome party at that moment in time. It's going to be a little rough, you know? So my advice would be to go with true healing rather than kind of pushing away the feeling at this time. Okay? All right, Sagittarius. Of course, though, do take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But thank you, though, for tuning in nonetheless. Okay? Wishing you guys lots of healing and lots of love. All right? And by the way, guys, CJ, thank you for subbing to the channel. Really, really appreciate that. And Moon Lotus, thank you for subscribing to the channel as well. Really appreciate that, guys. Thank you for your love and support. So we did all of our fire, hopping back on into the water. Let's have a look here at the Pisces gang. What do we got going on here, baby? Messages here for Team Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Piscean, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves this last and final shuffle, and then we'll see what we got going on here, baby. Hopefully, all is well. What do we got showing up here for the fish? Okay. Pisces, overall energy here for you. Oh boy, is going to be a Nine of Swords. What's happening over here with the water signs today? What's going on? All right, Pisces, a little bit of fear, a little bit of anxiety. Oof, overall energy to the current energy now. We got here a 10 of Wands. What you're dealing with, though, beautiful. 6 of Wands. Outcome for you, Pisces, 8 of Pentacles. Love it for you. Actually, really like this turnaround showing up for your next 24 hours. So Pisces, let's go ahead and talk about it. Things have not been so easy lately, have they? You know, you got here a 9 of Swords. You got here a 10 of Wands. It's like, okay, Feels like the struggle's been real. I don't know. I've just been feeling really burdened. I've been feeling really anxious. I've been feeling really bummed. It's kind of like emotionally, you've been all over the place. But the good news here for your next 24 hours is that what you'll be dealing with is going to be the Six of Wands, which is the energy of moving on forward from all of this low vibrational energy. So if you're a Piscean, and the vibes have been off maybe for the past couple days or maybe for the past day or so, you're going to notice a shift in vibration happening, and most importantly, a big shift in your mood. So just throwing that out here for you Pisces, you're going to notice a change here, okay? Having a look at the outcome for you, Ace of Pentacles, something here is coming in that's going to pull you out of this situation. Whether it's a person, place, or thing, something seems to be manifesting. That's definitely lifting you out of this energy. So I'm not sure what it is particularly to you. Ace of Pentacles being the outcome, Pisces, could be representing that this is a person who's presenting you with some sort of opportunity to help put you in a better place or a better mood. So it can be like a friend coming in, a family member, a lover. Maybe it's something happening at your job or some good news, right? Ace of Pentacles can be good news, and it could even represent potentially a increase in your finances, like a raise. I don't know why I couldn't think of what that meant or what the word was, but like a raise, okay? Or you can be getting a higher status of employment. You might be able to expect that moving into your next 24 hours as well. I feel like also like for the Pisces that were disappointed that they weren't getting something that they wanted, I feel like you're going to end up getting it. Like you had this fear or this sadness that you thought you weren't getting what you wanted, but then moving into the next 24 hours, you end up getting it 100%. And it's kind of like a surprise and a bit of a shock. Like I do feel like for some Pisces, because Ace of Pentacles can definitely be engagement. It's like maybe you felt like you weren't getting engaged, like you had suspicions about it, and then you felt like, oh wait, I guess I got my hopes up for nothing, and then it's like boom, you're fucking engaged. Like that'll probably resonate to one Pisces out there, but hey, that could be your story as well. So I kind of get a little bit of a feeling of like you were disappointed because something didn't happen, and then it unexpectedly happens for you, and it's super exciting, okay? So, of course, do take it if it resonates. Leave it if it doesn't. But Pisces, thank you for tuning in nonetheless. Really appreciate my fish tuning in here, okay? All right, Team Pisces. Really cool message, though. I like those kinds of surprises. For me, those surprises are minimal. It's like an Amazon package thing. Like, I expected a package to come, and then it didn't come, like, all day, and I'm like, oh, it's really sad. Like, that sucks. And then it says it's going to come, like, the next day or something. I'm like, whatever. And then it's like 10 at night, and then boom, the package is right in front of my door, and I'm like, no fucking way. Because you know how weird it is sometimes to get packages that late? Because usually if it's after like 8 o'clock, you're like, okay, fuck, it's coming the next day. And then it comes, and you're like, oh, nice. So I ended up getting it, right? It's like one of those like surprises. For me, that's like my minimal surprise of an example for that situation. But yeah, those types of moments are cool. For me, I get excited about that shit, you know? I love when I get something really quickly in the mail that I get excited for. And then, you know, if it's going to come the next day, I'm like a little disappointed. But if it comes back, you know, on that same day, a little bit later, it's a cool and exciting thing. By the way, Marlene, thank you, by the way, for being a member for over 9 freaking months, man. Shout out to you. Thank you. I love you, Aunt and Soul Fam. Y'all brighten my day. Well, thank you, Marlene. You brighten my day all the freaking time. I love. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. And thank you for your support in being a member. Really, really means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, guys. So all the water's done. All the fire's done. Jumping on into the air signs. Let's have a look here at the Gemini gang. What do we got going on, baby? By the way, Pisces Love 5. Thank you for the 199. You said thanks as always, Aunt, sending in good vibes. As always, well, as always to you, good vibes to you. Good vibes right back at you, Pisces Love. Thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, Team Gemini. Let's see what's going on here for the twins. What's showing up for Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. In the next 24 hours, what information is showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Gemini, let's see what we got going on here for you. Hopefully all is well. Overall energy for you is going to be the 10 of Swords in reverse. Looking at your current energy, we got the Hermit in reverse, what you're dealing with, 3 of Pentacles, and then the outcome for you, Hangman. Going back to square zero or square one. This is an interesting reading, and the reason why I say this, Gemini, is because you don't want something to end. I feel like this is a mutual energy. You and somebody don't want something to end, so the two of you don't end something. The two of you try to work on something, but then it ends up like not really going anywhere, even though you're still giving something a chance. I'm hearing like how do we see this situation when all we can see is this ending instead of actually progressing? It's almost like you and somebody else are looking at something like maybe this is a relationship, and it's like the only valid kind of outcome the two of you can see is like a breakup. Or like the only valid outcome the two of you could see is like not being friends anymore, or just not having some kind of relationship. You know, the both of you don't want kind of the relationship the two of you have to end, but it's like no matter what we try, it feels like nothing isn't working. And I think that the Hangman, although it could be a card that represents stagnancy, Gemini, it's also a card though too that can represent enlightenment. And I think that this is the enlightenment the two of you are receiving. And the enlightenment you're receiving here is like, at the end of the day, despite the fact of caring for one another, I think that there is a certain kind of message in something that just simply isn't working. And it's okay in life if something simply just doesn't work, because it means that I'm meant for something else and so are they. Or maybe you're meant for someone else and so are they. So I kind of feel here for you, Geminis, moving into your next 24 hours, it's kind of like this mutual respect and understanding, where it's like, you know, I wanted this to work out, you wanted this to work out, but if it isn't working, it isn't working. And it's okay that it's not, because I must be meant for someone or something else, and same with you. So I feel like there's going to be this mutual understanding showing up here in the next 24 hours. And even though the two of you may not want something to end, it's kind of like ending on good terms. Does that make sense, Gemini? It's kind of like ending on good terms, because both of you understand, okay, we're meant for different paths, and that's fine. You know, so I do see some sort of mutual agreement to an ending. Maybe if this is a relationship, you might no longer have a relationship, but you might remain friends. It might not have to be that way where it's like, okay, total ending. But I think that if there are Geminis that are noticing that something romantically just doesn't work between you and somebody else, more than likely you two are going to be like, yeah, like we can remain friends, but if this isn't working, I got my path, you got your path. Like, it's a mutual ending here to go your own separate ways. Okay. So I kind of see that showing up here in the next 24, although, you know, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But thank you though, Gemini, for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. Okay. Yeah. I've had a moment like that in my life before, especially having a mutual ending with somebody. You know, it was one of those moments where we were like, listen, we tried to work this, but we just don't work, you know, even as much as we wanted to try to. And when we realized that we were meant for different paths, you know, it all worked out. It all worked out. There's always a different path out there for you. And if you're meant to find it, you will. Okay. All right, though, guys, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up the air, the water, the fire, going on to our last but not least zodiac sign for today's daily reading, Capricorn. How are you? Let's see what we got going on. What's going to be showing up here for Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information do we got rolling on in here, please, for the zodiac sign of Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Capricorn, we're going to get ourselves this last and final shuffle, and then we'll see what we got going on here, baby. Hopefully, we are looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Cappy, overall energy here for you is going to be the Knight of Swords in reverse. So you could be connecting here possibly with a air sign like a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Having a look at your current energy, we got the Four of Pentacles in reverse, what you're dealing with. We have here the Temperance reversed, and then the outcome here for you, Capricorn, we have here the Chariot. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Well, first things first here, Cappy, you could be connecting with the Sagittarius. You also could be connecting with the Cancer probably, or possibly, because we have here the Chariot. So as far as what I see for Capricorn's next 24, Knight of Swords reversed, Four of Pentacles reversed. I feel like you're kind of over a conversation is what it looks like to me mostly. You're done with a conversation. You're kind of done talking about something. You're ready to move on from it all entirely. Having a look at what you're dealing with here, Temperance in reverse, it's like the more you talk to somebody about something and the more they talk about something with you, it's kind of like the more that tension rises and tension spikes. So I feel like this is one of those things where like you and somebody else are agreeing to disagree moving into the next 24 hours. It's like, listen, you have your input, I have my input, you have your take, I have my take. At the end of all this, if every time we talk about something, it always causes a fight, a ruckus, a situation, that's not good vibes. It's not a good conversation. And if the conversation isn't going to be productive and go anywhere, then we more than likely should just move past it. Agree to disagree and focus on other shit. So looking at the outcome here for you being the Chariot, I kind of feel one of those moments showing up here for you where it's like, yeah, let's just move past this kind of conversation in the next 24 hours, Capricorn. You're kind of butting heads with somebody here. You could be butting heads with another Earth sign for a few of you here as well. But yeah, I feel like there's it's hard to agree on something with someone. So it's like, let's agree to disagree. Let's not continue to carry on this conversation because it doesn't feel like it's getting us anywhere at this moment in time. So I do feel that vibe showing up here for you. Of course, though, do take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But it's one of those things where it's like, okay, we'll agree to disagree. Let's move on from this conversation and let's just move back into good vibes here overall. Okay. All right, though, Capricorn, of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But thank you guys so much for tuning in nonetheless. Really, really appreciate it. And with that all being said, guys, let's go ahead and keep it popping, pushing, and moving motherfucking forward. Guys, thank you all so much for coming out to the daily reading. I really appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed today's video. If it did happen to resonate, let me know down in the comments down below. Shout out to the people that come out Monday through Friday. Thank you for your love, everybody. Thank you for your support. You guys are super duper appreciated. If you are new here and you're interested in subscribing to the channel, definitely feel free to. I'd be more than happy to welcome you here into the Soul family. Of course, you can hit that notification bell to never miss when I upload or when I go live. I do want to mention everybody also, today I uploaded Cancer and Leo for mid-February 2023. So if you're a Cancer or a Leo, check out your mid-month for mid-February. It's uploaded and posted to my channel. Coming up tomorrow will be Virgo. So Virgo, your video will be out tomorrow for mid-February. And then I'm going to do my best, guys, throughout the rest of this week to get out as many mid-months as I can. So do stay tuned if your zodiac sign has not been uploaded already, okay? All right, though, guys. Appreciate you all so much. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Thank you to everybody who sent in donations today. Shout out to you. You guys help out a lot more than you already know. Of course, shout out to all the members, all the moderators, all the supporters of my channel. Thank you guys for your continuous support. And if I'm here to help in any sort of way, I'm more than happy to help to all my beautiful people. I did want to mention, guys, if you're interested in personal services, products, and so much more, check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. The link is going to be down in the description below. So if you would like a personal reading with me, you're welcome to have one. So check that link in the description. They do end up selling out weekly, though. So if it's on a first come, first serve. So if you're interested, go get yourself one as quick as you can. Of course, though, take time to read what you got to do. But, you know, they do get restocked weekly. So don't feel discouraged if it gets sold out because it gets restocked every week. You could always check back next week, okay? All right, guys. I love you. Have a fantastic and amazing rest of your day. Thank you for spending time with me, and I will catch everybody in the next video, okay? Much love to the Soul family, and guys, take care and have yourselves a good one. Peace.